Elysium Fields. This is where they come from. Okay? They come here and then they leave and then they come back again and they do their bullshit and then they leave. And sometimes they take things with them. Here's Adam Lanza's brother. Now, if you can't look at that picture and understand that there's something evil going on in this kid's face, and this probably is Adam Lanza. It's the same dude. Okay, let's put it this way. What if you could go into another place, another world, and you could do whatever the fuck you wanted to and not be responsible for the consequences? Okay? If you were a guy, you wanted to go around, you wanted to just do whatever you wanted to, screw broads, whatever, you know, fuck people up, steal, and then just leave. What if you wanted to do that? That's what this is. You see the porthole? There's a reason they shot this like this. Okay? This is the same guy. Okay? I mean, this is really the same guy in the video that I looked. Look at what he's wearing. Doesn't it seem a bit drab? A little black and white? Notice he's got the sunglasses on. Why would you have sunglasses on in a place this dreary? Because this is right here is where this guy really resides. This is where he really lives. He lives in another world that looks similar to this one, but it doesn't have any color, so to speak. Okay? When we look at Halloween pictures, you'll see the witch, the moon, and Saturn. This fucking thing here that you call the moon is a porthole. I guarantee it. This is Saturn. We always look at this as Saturn being high up in the sky. What if this is really upside down? And we're really, because if in space, there is no up or down. People are just assuming they're looking up. Well, flip that picture upside down and it would be down, which would explain why it's the stairway up between the two pillars instead of the stairway going down. Because they're not coming from above down, they're coming from below and up. Okay? And this here, corn. Remember Children of the Corn? What is corn? Corn is Cern. Cern is Cernus, the god of the underworld. So this picture is really upside down. That picture should be flipped 180 degrees. Do you understand? Saturn sits below the moon, and so it's going up at an angle like this. Okay? Not coming down. That's the illusion. This is the real dude, where he really resides. This is how he looks when he comes here. I call these guys the entertainers. Okay? Because that's what Hollywood is. They're entertainers. They don't really live here. They don't live here. Go on a Hollywood tour. You won't see them out on the front lawn dancing around and playing with a dog. They don't live here. They live here. Over in this place. And then they come here. For all I know, that's what all of us are. I don't know. But I'm telling you, these dudes in particular, it's becoming very, very aware to me what's going on here. This guy's a freak, but he doesn't live here. He lives in another reality. This fuck here is Adam Lanza. It's the same dude. It's the same guy. There is no brother. And if you go look, there's no birth certificate of a brother. These fucks are coming and going, causing mayhem. They're taking, I'm sure they're taking kids. I'm sure of that. And then they're going back to this fucking place, which does not look as fun as this place. That's what's going on. Saturn does not sit up above the Earth; it sits below. That's the scam. The moon doesn't exist like you think it does. It's an effing porthole. It's a porthole. It's the camera. It's the lens that they come through. I don't know how to explain it in a way that you can understand it. If the moon isn't there, they can't get in here. It's the fucking lens from the projection that comes off of that thing. So let's just say the moon wasn't there. There would be no projection here. And I'm breaking it down to the simplest way that I can explain it to you. I know what you're thinking. Oh, there's a giant camera on Saturn and it's beaming the shit to the moon, and then here, kind of, but not exactly. I mean, that would be the physical way of explaining it. I don't know how to explain it any other way. The illusion is that Saturn sits up above the moon and the moon sits up above the Earth. Flip that upside down, because in space there is no up or down. It's the same. So for visual sake, flip this upside down, and it makes sense why the stairway always goes up. The pictures always show it going up instead of down, because they're not coming from down. I told you they're ascended masters. So that means they're coming from below up. They're ascended masters because they know how the system works. We don't. Jesus would have been a descending master, which sounds in reverse, like it's negative, but he would be coming from the above down to the below. Okay, so that's what I think is going on. Both of these pictures. This picture is of Lanza's brother. Right? Here's another picture of him. It's the same guy, obviously. This guy, I would jack his fucking jaw if I could find this guy. I would bust his fucking head wide open. This dude over here is where he's really at. Notice the difference in the colors. Here's your black and your white. Okay, these portholes exist. The Jews know where they exist. They know how to get in and out of it. That's the Raiders of the Lost Ark. The Raiders of the technology of how this thing works and where they're at. Stone Age and all that shit worked at one time, but maybe they still do. But when you look at this picture here, the witch, the moon, and Saturn, you know, who the witch is involved with. Now you're talking the hexes. And when you talk hexes and hexagrams, you're talking Hebrew. It's on their flag. And you look at the hat that the witch is wearing. It's a vortex. It's this thing right here, going round and round and round. It's the eclipse on the pictures that you see of the moon being eclipsed. It's because it's like it's not an eclipse. It's like you're looking down a tunnel, and then all of a sudden the thing gets moved off to the left. So you're really looking at part of the wall of the inside of the tunnel. That's what this is. The Arabs know what's going on too. That's why they have the black cube there. It's us that aren't in the in the know, and the thing is activated by tone. I'm sure of it. That's how they get in and out. That's why it's Hollywood. So these guys are entertainers, but they come here and they do really bad things, and then they leave. And then, of course, the people here have to blame it on somebody, so they blame it on an innocent dude.